Hello and welcome back to our channel where we talk about all things Airbnb. In this video, we're going to be discussing the top cities to get started with Airbnb Arbitrage, how to get started, and the income potential for the top cities for Airbnb. So if you're interested in getting started with Airbnb Arbitrage or just curious about the income potential, then keep watching. Firstly, let's define what Airbnb Arbitrage is. Airbnb arbitrage is when you rent out a property on a long-term lease, and then sublease it on Airbnb to earn a profit. Essentially, you're acting as a middleman between the property owner and the Airbnb guest. Now that we've got that out of the way, let's talk about the top cities to get started with Airbnb arbitrage. These cities have a high demand for short-term rentals, which makes them ideal for Airbnb arbitrage. They include New York City, New York. New York City is one of the top cities for Airbnb arbitrage due to its high demand for short-term rentals. It's important to note that there are strict laws and regulations regarding short-term rentals in New York City, so be sure to research and comply with them. Los Angeles, California. Los Angeles is another top city for Airbnb arbitrage, with a high demand for short-term rentals in popular areas such as Hollywood, Beverly Hills, and Santa Monica. Miami, Florida. Miami is a popular tourist destination and has a high demand for short-term rentals, especially in popular areas like South Beach and Brickell. San Diego, California. San Diego is a beautiful city with a high demand for short-term rentals, especially in beachfront areas such as La Jolla and Coronado. Nashville, Tennessee. Nashville is a popular tourist destination, known for its music scene, and has a high demand for short-term rentals in areas such as downtown and East Nashville. Seattle, Washington. Seattle is a growing city with a high demand for short-term rentals, especially in popular areas like Capitol Hill and South Lake Union. Austin, Texas. Austin is another growing city with a high demand for short-term rentals, especially during popular events like South by Southwest and Austin City Limits Music Festival. Now that we've discussed the top cities to get started with Airbnb arbitrage, let's talk about how to get started. Firstly, you'll need to find a property to lease. You can look for properties on websites like Craigslist, Zillow, and Redfin. Once you've found a property, you'll need to negotiate the lease terms with the property owner. Next, you'll need to furnish and decorate the property. This can be done on a budget by shopping at thrift stores, garage sales, and discount stores. Once the property is furnished, you'll need to list it on Airbnb and start accepting bookings. It's important to note that you'll need to comply with local laws and regulations regarding short-term rentals, including obtaining any necessary permits and paying taxes. Now let's talk about the income potential for the top cities for Airbnb. The income potential varies depending on the city, the property location, and the season. In New York City, for example, the average daily rate for a one-bedroom apartment is around $220, while in Los Angeles, it's around $150. In Miami, the average daily rate for a one-bedroom apartment is around $120, while in San Diego, it's around $150. It's important to note that the income potential also depends on the occupancy rate. You'll need to ensure that the property is consistently booked to earn a steady income. In conclusion, Airbnb arbitrage can be a great way to earn a passive income, but it requires research, planning, and compliance with local laws and regulations. The top cities for Airbnb arbitrage include New York City, Los Angeles, Miami, San Diego, Nashville, Seattle, and Austin. To get started with Airbnb arbitrage, you'll need to find a property to lease, furnish and decorate the property, and list it on Airbnb. The income potential for the top cities for Airbnb arbitrage varies depending on the city, the property location, and the season, but can be a lucrative opportunity if done correctly. That's it for this video on the top cities to get started with Airbnb arbitrage, how to get started, and the income potential for the top cities for Airbnb. If you found this video helpful, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more Airbnb related content.